tutuzani.
You can tell none of us quite know how to dance to this one. Ask if this is Cardi B's dress again. Ask.
It doesn't matter whether you are irritated by our irritation.
Whoever chose this song is a weirdo. Hello, hello, everybody. It's 9:30, and we're weirdos too. Weirdos. I'm the bunch. Welcome to it. You are watching TrendingSA on SABC3, where the stage is always yours.
You sing it. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Nina. Next up is an hour of unpacking those trending hashtags that got you talking on social media the entire weekend. So get ready. Get your data reloaded. Data reloaded. It's hashtags on 3, right? So you know we're on Facebook, on Insta, and on Twitter. Let me introduce you to the troops. To my right, she is Debunge. She is hilarious. She is our melanin queen. She is Coolie Robber.
Hello, gorgeous. Hello, beautiful. It's wonderful to see you. Yeah, you're safe.
She also takes all the pictures and never sends any of them in our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I know.
Like, guys.
It's like we're not even in the same WhatsApp
I'm like
group.
practically 95. I can't remember anything.
To my left, she is hilarious. She is such a big heart. She is the lady with the punchline wearing Cardi B's dress. It's Nina Hastings. Arriba.
Mess with me if you wanted to. This is Yellow Bottoms. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down.
And my name is Bobby Molloy. As always, I am your madam.
Stand up. Please stand up. Because with the real Bobby Molloy, please stand up.
May I
please stand up. Look at this woman.
Exquisite.
She had a baby half a second ago. Just so that you know.
Half a second ago.
I think it's very unfair. I mean, I had a baby 30 years ago. I want to stand up too.
I haven't had a baby and I'm bigger than both of you.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Anyway, we all love ourselves,
Exactly.
whether you've had a baby or not.
Yes.
All right, who is our male guest going to be tonight? Okay, so we've had a doctor.
Zambia.
We've had a social media diva.
Show me.
We've had actors. We've had a singer.
Is it a brain surgeon?
Just hang on. It's this guy. This guy.
that?
Ooh.
This guy.
Was that
I recognize his hands.
Yes, Lindani.
We have one of Mzansi's sexiest nominees joining us. Everybody, welcome Lawrence Maleka!
This is an official song.
I know, right?
Really
I cannot believe that's an official suit.
But this is and an official bicep on both sides. All right, so welcome. It's great to have you here.
Yes.
You ready for these 2 days?
I'm chilling. I'm happy to be here.
Beautiful.
Chilling.
All right, so let's see. Who should we start with? What do you have for us today, Lawrence?
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm dressed like this because of the Springboks. The hashtag is New Zealand versus South Africa. It's still haunting us after New Zealand thrashed us over the weekend. So I'll be telling you more about that and checking out the memes and social media just for you.
I'm really sad. I don't understand.
That was quite cute. I thought that was
Right.
adorable.
I tried.
Okay. So now, Nina, you can talk things.
Thanks.
Kodak.
Okay, yeah. Now I want to talk about serious things. Tumi Morake got some tongues wagging.
Love you, Tumi!
Yes.
Love you, Tumi!
Over her comments about Steve Hofmeyer's cancelled New Zealand gig on air. So we're gonna try and unpack that. Also, hashtag taxi strike got commuters, stranded in the Western Cape today. So I'll be updating you that a little later.
Yeah,
Smile.
hectic stuff all around the country. All right, Siskuli, what have you got?
Tonight we've got two amazing guests. They are TrendingSA does book The Whale Caller into a movie. And tonight they join us to tell us all about it. So delicious. And then Uzola Mukwena join us in studio a little bit later. What is Uzola Maseko? Yes, Zola Maseko. I don't know who Mukwena is, but I'll probably tell you later.
My husband.
Look at him. Zola Maseko. Hello, Daddy. Sorry, we're on live TV.
All right, so you can take part in all of the action on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter using the hashtag #on3. Stick around. We'll be right back after this break.
We love you, Dumi.
And welcome back to TrendingSA on SABC3, where the stage is yours. Remember, wherever you join us on social media, use the hashtag #on3. That's TSA on 3. If you've just joined the union. So we've got a post from Facebook, I believe, right?
Yes, we have a Facebook post. I'm gonna read it. It's you. Kotle Lelo Mono Minogue.
Really?
Yes. I love that song. Please send us the link to that song before the link is deleted. We love you, Miss Minogue.
We'll post the USB to you personally.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
so let's start with what is on our timelines right now. I think Nina's going to start. It's Lawrence first. All right, Lawrence, you go ahead.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hashtag ZCC jumped up on my timeline this weekend it asked its 16 million members. I'm trying to work here. To boycott Sunday World Business Day, Sunday Times, and the Sowetan newspapers. The church is accusing Tiso Blackstar, which owns these publications, of slander against the church and its leader. This follows a series of articles about internal squabbles in the church. The latest one was on yesterday when Sunday World reported that ZCC leader Bishop Barnabas Khanyane is facing arrest for contempt of court after he and the church leadership ignored a court order preventing him from merging the church branches in Botswana. The court order was issued in Botswana after the Botswana wing of the church complained about the merging of the branches.
Yikes.
This is what you had to say on social media. The press, Tito Blackstar newspapers, is so powerful in its image-making role, it can make the criminals look like victims.
Ooh, actually, you're Lucifer, that meme.
Hey, at the star_news, this has got nothing to do with the hashtag ZCC decision, right?
Of course it does. It happened before the story. Come on, Port
The First Bank building.
Yeah, quite
Where was
tragic.
I today?
Video.
It happened on Saturday.
Oh, I was in Durban.
What a waste. of
Bishop
funds.
and hashtag ZCC showed their strength of black power. Is that Senef?
Sanef, yeah.
Senef is disrespecting black people with their hashtag Tiso Blackstar advocacy.
So much English.
Yeah, it's a lot,
That
right?
is-
People have a lot to say about that.
All right, Nina, now we shall cross to you.
Okay, great. So more boycotts. Hashtag Tumi Morake was all over my timeline this weekend after the comedian and radio personality lifted the lid on horrendous racial slurs that she's been receiving since joining the Jacaranda FM breakfast radio show. She went in on white listeners who hate on her, and she spoke quite extensively about the effects of apartheid in present-day Mzansi. Dumi, who joined the station 3 months ago, said that the racist comments that she receives were amplified after she, along with a co-host Martin Bester, discussed Steve Hofmeyer's cancelled New Zealand gig on air. Okay, so a lot of white listeners caught feelings when Dumi spoke about apartheid, and they called for Jacaranda to take her off air at once. This has been so hectic. Jacaranda then issued a statement saying that they stand by Dumi and will not take her off air. Good.
Yes.
As they don't see anything wrong with what she said on air. She said nothing wrong. It was literally out of an ethics textbook. All right. And now some listeners are urging their other listeners to stop listening to Jacaranda and also boycott all products who advertise on Jacaranda FM. Because logic is our friend. All right. Then this reminded me of other such boycott calls in recent times. So this is, people talking about, but Tumi Morake was right, Mos. How do you think colonialism and apartheid happened? That indigenous peoples asked nicely nicely for their land? So she was accused of making racial remarks during a breakfast show on Jacaranda FM yesterday, etc., etc. So what I want to talk about is there have been other boycott campaigns, over the last couple of years that urged us to do something, and not all of them succeeded. In 2012, some Woolies customers attempted to mobilize a boycott of Woolies after it was revealed that Woolies mainly hires people of color. Shock horror!
On the
in
continent!
Africa. Wow! Anyway, there was a lot of noise about the boycott, but people kept eating Woolies because it's well packaged.
Dun, 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 dun.
But listen, it is very cold in there.
Yeah.
Can we do something about it? It's so cold in there. Okay, then there was also the Spur boycott. You remember that attempt
that was
boycott?
That was hideous.
That didn't work.
It was a call to boycott Spur after that big abusive man was banned from Spur, but then the woman wasn't banned. And following the call for a boycott, the Spur Corporation, the Spur Corporation reported an increase in sales for the year to June 30th. So the moral of the story is trying to get between people and their consumption habits is pretty much an impossible task.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on. Hit me with some Marvin, my selector.
Okay.
Mrs. Jones,
Jonas. Oh, no, got a young man holding my hand. Yes. We got a thing going on. Momo ushololos ungani. Hashtag Mini Dlamini. Yes, hashtag Mini Dlamini was flourishing this past weekend when she officially became Mrs. Jones. She tied the knots to her husband, Quentin Jones, on Saturday, this time in a lavish white wedding. Minnie walked down the aisle to become Mrs. Jones in a beautiful white wedding gown at a wine estate in Somerset West. I can't pronounce it. Lawrence Ford. I think I might be jealous, but hey, check out the video that has been doing the rounds of the menu, the guests, the dress, all that jazz.
Jimmy Dow.
Names, darling. Jessica.
Red bottoms.
Stunning. Love the reds. Bonang wore one like that as well. Love it.
Ayan, that's not Ayana Tabeza. That's
Jessica.
Jessica and good. Look at the decor, guys.
Beautiful.
Oh.
What a view. I think I got married in Home Affairs, not the same view. Nah.
Stunning. Oh, Minnie.
Well done, Minnie. Oh. Well done, Lala. You deserve the best. Of course, all the unmarried people are ululating. And then, of course, on a less happy note, a disturbing video surfaced yesterday and was all over my timeline showing the popular, I don't know why we're saying he's popular, because obviously some people know him. His name is DJ Kumza from TrendingSA, assaulting his girlfriend with a spanner because he's such a man. The boy, DJ Kumza, was arrested last night. We do have the video, but like me, if you're a sensitive viewer, please do not watch this boy act like a boy.
Phuma la wena. Phuma. Thuli, ngizokushaya lezandla lezi uzuyeke la. Phuma sambe. Phuma sambe.
This is what we fought for, freedom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's really depressing. After this video surfaced, I asked myself, could there be a way that we can identify potentially abusive persons before they strike? Turns out that social media was also talking about this, and from what I read, there are many signs that one can spot an abusive relationship. The most telling sign is if you fear your partner. This means if your partner is emotionally volatile, and that's a tell sign on its own. And if you feel like you have to walk around eggshells to be with your partner, that's also a sign. Constantly watching what you do or say in order to avoid a blow-up. Chances are you are in an unhealthy and abusive relationship.
Other signs that you may be in an abusive relationship include a partner who belittles you or tries to control you in private or in public. This says your partner has a complex and he or she is projecting them on you. This is an oversimplified summary of what I read. But if you're concerned that you may be in an abusive relationship, please do reach out to somebody who may help you. The Department of Social Development would be a good place to start because they have social workers and they are free.
Great.
Okay, so after all of that, I think it's time to take a breather. If we missed any weekend stories, then hit us up on our social media and remind us. The hashtag is TsA3. into the situation right here on SABC3, where the stage is yours. Hey, thanks for all of the love on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And remember, we're also streaming live on TrendingSA.tv. Now, before we get into the trends for today, Faith Mutambi is back on my feed.
We are family.
I'm a sisters and me.
Have a listen to this clip from her statement in Parliament when she was answering a question about her nepotism in her department.
Out of the people that are appointed, 9 of them is my family member, and the South Africans who deserve to be hired, who meet their criteria.
What? They are vegetarians.
When they wore Kateria.
Yeah.
Can we play it again, please?
Yeah.
People that are appointed, 9 of them is my family member, and the South Africans who deserve to be hired, who meet their criteria.
They are
Wearing Kateria and George.
They're South Africans who
Yes.
and
Was there a number there?
Yes, there was
none.
9. There was
None.
9.
Said none.
She said 9.
There were none of my
them
family's members.
because they fell into Kateria
Guys, I'm
in
young.
Melville.
This is very confusing.
Okay, so for a while Mzansi went back that the minister really admitted to hiring 9 relatives into her office. We've listened to the clip twice. Should we listen to it again?
I think
One more
Okay,
time,
let's listen to it again.
Out of the people that are appointed, 9 of them is my family member, and the South Africans who deserve to be hired, who meet their criteria.
Alright guys, you know what, ne? Let's not forget, we are Africans. English is not our first or our third or our 15th
And you
language.
know
Is it
what?
the 9th language though?
I don't know, because I don't care.
But do you divest to speak it here?
All I'm saying is that I understood what she said. You go Faith back, Monella, when I'm
Listen,
home.
so her office was quick to correct everyone and say, "Hi, bo." The minister is not saying fine.
Was that an official statement? Did it start with
Hi,
Highball?
bo.
They said, how am
She said 9, not 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a blow to the opposition parties. Blow, man. Anyway, moving right along. Lawrence, what's on your feeds?
Speaking the vernacular, if it's going to get you into trouble.
Hi, bo.
No pressure. Bafana, the Springboks, same WhatsApp group. Same thing. Hashtag New Zealand versus South Africa is still trending through my feeds. Their dismal loss against New Zealand is by far the worst test defeat ever. The Boks lost 57-0
Yes.
against New Zealand. That's 57-0. And social media was ready to take the mickey out of this patu they got. Take a look. This is a samosa. Got 3 points more than the Springboks.
hilarious and spicy?
Missing tackles. That's actually a clever one. I like that. And the Savages continue. This loss is still so hard to digest. Can't even be sad anymore. Just laugh through the pain.
That's not what it says. It says just laugh the pain away. But anyway, we'll let that slide.
Okay. Thank you, Nina.
Prefect that, Nina.
Did
LOL.
you divest?
They added again, hashtag sad times, hashtag Springboks.
Now only 57 rand.
The only current Springbok coach that actually works.
Oh, that is the best one of the lot. I'm sorry that I find that so funny.
Can I just say that my outfit has nothing to do with the Springboks?
It looks fantastic.
Absolutely nothing.
No, all I'm saying is, Lawrence, I don't think you should wear that jacket if you leave here because you're surely not going to score.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, the camera's on. Nina, let's find out what's happening on your timeline.
Let's talk about some serious stuff because some hectic things happened this morning. Hashtag taxi strike. This was a situation in Cape Town. This was a situation in the late afternoon today. Check what was happening. Okay, so Western Cape taxi strike, current situation at the CT station taxi deck. A handful of commuters have arrived, hopefully to catch a taxi to work. Okay, so there they are in the mix, trying to get a taxi to work. But the Western Cape taxi strike was trending throughout the day. Commuters were left stranded when taxis pulled the brakes on commuting for the day. They were protesting because authorities are impounding their cars. And they have beef with the upcoming provincial South African National Taxi Council election. So as part of the protest, they They torched a bus and created all sorts of havoc. Here's a clip.
That makes a lot of sense.
Dragged off the end to the open road into oncoming traffic. It was very, very, very hectic. They also tried blocking people from entering the city. There were pictures, you know, of the protests that were making the rounds on social media throughout the day. And there's one of a lady. This is the most. Please note that there's very sensitive content coming up. There's a lady being attacked in the Golden Arrow bus this morning. It was the most retweeted. Okay, so this is her, you know, trying to get onto a bus into the mix, and taxi strikers.
Made in Africa.
Yeah. All right, so meanwhile, there was another taxi strike that was supposed to also commence in Pretoria today, but it was suspended by the association. So thankfully, the Cape Town one was also called off later in the afternoon. Take a look at how social media reacted to all of this. Maureen_baby says, our voice is violence in South Africa today. It seems we don't even care or think about how would this, as a result, affect our offspring in the future.
Impunity 101.
Winksfly says, the sad part about this strike is that it only affects people who actually can't afford to lose their jobs. You know, this is the point. And then Nico Jojo says, after taxi strike, we must also strike. We will use buses and trains to go from point A to point B for 5 weeks. No more taxis. Guys, look, it's a shocking state of affairs.
Well, black lives must matter, and they should start with black people. Hashtag Cindy Somakaka popped up on my timeline again. The late ANC Youth League General Secretary was laid to rest this past weekend, and it seems like they have found his alleged killers, well, at least one of them. According to the Hawks, the 38-year-old man is being held for the crime. He's still yet to be identified, and we shall keep an eye on this one. Of course, it'll probably disappear. Hopefully, the kingpins will be revealed, and these killings in KZN will end once and for all. Makaka is the 8th councillor killed in the province just in the last 8 months. Still on political affairs, hashtag Home Affairs is trending. In one short sentence, the Department of Home Affairs released a statement saying that they have suspended their Director General, Umkhuseli Apleni. Mkhuseli Apleni, what a name. No reason was given. The statement read, it's a precautionary suspension, which is effective immediately. I wonder when Zentun. Check out how social media reacted, and it's Tani Zindu. I love it. David says in South that's not what he said, but anyway. David says in South Africa, one cannot afford to go to the loo because by the time you come back, Atu might be president. I can't keep up. Hashtag Apleni. Gosinathi Kunene says hashtag Apleni has been thrown under a Patco bus. Wow. We don't know the details there. Ngomboyi Matomela says good administrators like hashtag Apleni should never allow their principals to play politics with them. They get sacrificed at the end. Hashtag Home Affairs. Okay, that hashtag might give a clue.
Okay, so it feels quite dark, but this is what was happening on social media, right? So we're ending up the updates on another sad note. So this is a video of a student being attacked by a teacher. You've seen it. It's gone viral on social media. If you haven't, please be warned. It is incredibly disturbing. It shows a caretaker pinning down and swearing at a mentally disabled student in a bus in front of other learners. I'll say it again. Be aware that this is not suitable for sensitive viewers. Have a look.
Shocking, 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 shocking.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, so the mother has since laid charges against the caretaker and the driver of the bus. The Department of Education is also taking action.
I keep saying, if black lives start mattering to black people, we'll see a difference in this country.
You know what? We need healing. If we look back at what we've been through as a country, colonialism was violent, apartheid was violent. Of course, South Africa is going to be violent. And we need healing is what we need. Back to each other, to love each other.
We need adults
and we need it now. We're going to take a quick break. This is TrendingSA on SABC3. Missed you so much, and we are back. Okay, so you've missed out on some of the weekend updates and today's updates, but we've got you covered on our website, TrendingSA.tv. You can log on and watch whatever you have missed. So, Siskuli, you have not one, but two powerhouses with us tonight.
I wish I could do this with my eyes closed, but I'm still working. The Whale Caller is a movie based on a book of the same name by the amazing Professor Zakes Mda. It will be making its debut soon on the big screen. I've been invited. I don't know about these two. We have the director and the lead actor in the house. Who are they? Well, the film's director is the amazing Zola Maseko. And the star of the film is none other than the one and only Silo Make Kancube. Before we bring them out, let's see what the Whale Caller is all about.
You were so romantic.
There's a lot you don't know about me. People always leave. Whales don't.
They leave. They go back to the southern
But
seas.
they come back. Like clockwork. Whales always come back.
That's my girl!
But the local is lekker. Please welcome Zola Maseko and Silo Make Sit down.
Have a seat, gentlemen.
I'm good at you.
Auntie Local is lekker, but Silo, I remember you in theatre and from old movies like Wheels and Deals, long before you were Archie. Right, I remember you in theatre from old films like Wheels and Deals, long before you were Archie Moraka. Tell us about the pre-Archie.
The pre-Archie.
Silo, yes.
Yo, what was the pre-Archie? The pre-Archie Silo is started with Gibson Kent.
Yes.
1981, and then had a break between 82 and 83 because Gibson decided to close shop.
Okay.
And Silo is still driven by black consciousness. It was like, I'm not going to work with the system. But it was until I had children. And children don't eat your principles.
Hello. Wow.
So, and then, but well, fortunately what happened was, 86. I then joined Was Albert at the Market Theatre.
Oh, wow.
And since 1986 up until now, you know, the rest is history. And then from there, well, came Bobo Peloke Sempejo. And then Good Is Nice. I played Joko in Good Is Nice.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and then Generations happened.
What a story, what a life. Abduzola, you were born in 67 in... Okay, I'm sorry. You were born...
In 99.
Yeah. You're a millennial. As a millennial, no, but you know, you were born in exile.
I was indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, right there in the trenches, the MK life was surrounding you. I'm curious to know how that was, and how that informed your love for storytelling.
You know, that was the life we knew. There was nothing else you could compare it with. I guess you always knew that there was something wrong, or quite amiss, because, you know, your parents' first love was the struggle, and you knew you came a very distant second. And then went to Solomon Mahlangu Freedom College and was with 5,000 other South Africans, which was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then on to MK for 3 years, which was also a great, wonderful, an extraordinary experience.
Yeah.
And then managed to go to London to do my film studies and came back in South Africa in 1994.
Sure.
Amazing.
So,
why did you stay there?
Where?
Like overseas. Why did you come back here?
Well, because I actually didn't finish I finished my studies in 2 years. It was a 3-year postgraduate course. But when South Africa was liberated, free in 1994, I went to the head of my department and said, I am not spending another year here. I'm going home. So they graduated me after 2 years.
Oh, wow.
I came back in 94 and I've been making movies ever since.
Wow.
Are there any sons you don't know about? Because I know someone who looks exactly like you from this way down. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time.
I know we must ask her, my love.
This is the star of the film. I'm just the director.
I'm joking. Bracelo, you are accomplished in film, in television, in theatre. This is something that not a lot of performers can lay claim to. I mean, to have conquered all of those spaces. How have you remained relevant across the board?
I love that question. I love that question. But how do you remain relevant?
Oh, it's a real thing.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
No, because there's somebody sitting in the books going, who should we book? Yeah, let's get that Marky. What's his name? Yeah.
Look, I think I don't know whatever relevancy means. I've just loved acting throughout my life, and basically I'm driven by my love and my passion for acting, and I keep dabbling with both, television, theater. This year I did which I'm still doing now, the House of Truth, which is a bioplay on Kentemba.
Right.
And in the pipeline I have there's a lot of you know it as a movie, Fences. Fences, originally is a play by August Wilson. So that's a play that I'm going to be doing.
Wow.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
The theatre on the track one?
No. In November I'm doing House of Truth, which is a play on Kentemba, and then somewhere next year I'm going to do Fences. Nice. And I'm going to play the part that Denzel Washington played.
Ooh. Yeah. Whose hearts are you or Denzel?
Yeah.
Whose hearts are you or Denzel?
I think my mother tells me all the time.
And don't forget, we have a project that we are secretly
and we have a project that we are working on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Babuzola, you moved, you said that you completed your movie course in 2 years instead of 3 years. What did you want to do in the movies? What was your plan? Did you want to be another Steven Spielberg? What was your plan?
No, I just wanted to tell stories.
Sure, no. Are you going to cry now?
So no. I've overcome that thing.
Thank you.
So I was very, shy, introverted, and then when I saw my first movie, it was like Love at First Sight. It's been the longest love affair of my life, and it's still a love affair that is pumping and growing from strength to strength. So I just wanted to make movies. I guess for me, it was a way of coming out of my shell, expressing, talking. Ngizababonisa labantu bangibiza umnyama famous.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
Look at you now. The whales. That was brilliant.
Yeah, nembona umnyama.
And we talk about the Whale Caller project. Priscilla, we'll start with you. What attracted you to this story?
I wanted to act.
Sure.
I just wanted to act. But it's a beautiful story by Zakes Mda. And I think what is beautiful about what Brazakes does is that he helps us, to imagine ourselves.
Yes.
And I think one thing that is beautiful about creatives, and even though most of the time we are looked down upon, but creatives are little gods. We recreate the world and we imagine it. And I think, one of the things that I think we're not doing enough is really imagining our world.
Our world.
Yes. And imagining, reimagining ourselves and beginning to shape ideals about, as a people, where would we like to see ourselves?
Right. So Brazola, let's speak about that. The changing face of a post-apartheid space that Zakes Mda so beautifully tells in this story. At what point did you go, you know what, I want to make this into a movie?
I don't know at what point it was. I think the time, somewhere like halfway through the book, something happens with some stories that it's like falling in love. It just got me and it held me and it said, you are going to birth me. And it got me, it had me. And I spent the past 9 years of my life obsessed by making this movie, bringing Brazakes' beautiful characters to life. And it's an obsession, it really is.
Was he a hard sell, or was it like yo, Zakes, I'm gonna make a movie, dog.
Yeah, he was, no, he wasn't the hard sell. He was very, very excited.
Yeah.
He was my biggest supporter of this project. He really loves it. And he's such a generous guy. I just said to him, you know, after reading the book, I was traumatized by the ending of the story. Really traumatized because I was so into the book. And first thing I told him was, Bro Zakes, we're changing the ending.
Oh, wow.
And he said, fine.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
fine. Oh, yeah. He said, listen, Zola, movies and books are two different genres. You know, this is your baby. You run with it. And he let me. It was really, really gracious.
Your baby, which you ran with, what was it? What set it apart from the Drum, The Foreigner, The Life and Times of Sarah Baartman?
You know, all those, we've touched about it, Silo touched about it in his other question. You know, I was listening to something that was trending a few weeks ago by Acorn. He was at a youth festival, a youth conference. And he said, you know, we are involved in branding. Filmmakers, storytellers, musicians, artists, we are branding. America is the biggest and most successful country because it's got the best brand. So every time we make a book, we tell a story, we make music, we write a play, we branding blackness. We're telling our story, we're giving it our stamp of approval. So, you know, I've been doing that with all my stories, and I didn't want to sort of be caught in that genre of the political brander. I wanted to play as an artist and do something beautiful as a filmmaker for art's sake. And I've done that, and I'm going back to branding now.
That's
you know,
amazing.
I love what Bunny Simon was the co-founder of the market. He's passed on now.
Legend.
But in one of his annual report essays, answering the question, why theater? And he has a lovely preamble. And he says, there are those who believe that we are created in the image of God. And there are those who believe that God created man because he loves listening to stories.
Oh!
So if we believe as they do, then we understand why we love listening to stories.
Wow.
You know,
That's
and
the
I
star
think,
of the whale caller.
My gosh. The
you know,
whale
so
caller.
I mean, that's for me, that explains why we tell stories, why we create, because in all the genres, be it whatever, hip hop, whatever, everybody is trying to tell a story. And one of the things that I love about the trending generation is how, you know, you hear them say, no, you know, I'm still trying to develop my brand. You know?
Branding.
That kills me.
We just had this conversation.
We're talking about that because sometimes, you know, you occupy spaces where you are designated by your gender, by your race, by your age, and sometimes you need to create a brand that supersedes all of that.
You know what my personal belief is? My personal belief is that from the moment the sperm meets the
Sure, no.
you know, your brand has been made.
That's it.
So,
You know, DNA, the architecture's there.
And you've got a different DNA. I mean, what other brand do you want?
Guys, who should watch this movie? Who would you recommend to watch this movie?
Everyone who wants to have who wants to take their girlfriend or their wife or their mum to kids to a movie.
The kids.
Watch a beautiful story, beautiful local story, locally written, locally produced, locally acted,
locally starred,
made at international quality.
Beautiful.
International quality.
I mean, getting into character, I see some of that CGI that you're doing. I assume it's green screen work or however it is put together. How do you get into that character?
You know, I don't know. You know, there were all kinds of actors.
Tell us when more.
Method actors and all that.
You were going to go and spend 3 months on your own. You never did that.
Well, it's money. It's money. You know, money. But getting into a character is something. I don't know that I don't subscribe it in the sense of like, you know, like the actors. I'm still getting into character now. I'm getting into character.
what character are you now?
You know, here's my belief. Well, it's not just my belief. David Mamet, who wrote, what is it, The Untouchables, Glengarry Glen Ross, he's a playwright and movie, whatever, script writer. When he explains in True and False, he explains what a role is. He says, in a role, you don't find character. What you find is a series of actions. And an actor brings his own personality and life experience on top of that series of actions. You know what I mean? Nice. And if you look at, I mean, I think best way to look at this is in classics. Macbeth, Julius Caesar, Romeo and Juliet. The series of actions are the same. Romeo is going to do the very same thing. Stand.
Yes.
Look at Juliet there, like embarking. What is that saying? How does that line start? No. When we're talking about Lion King, you know. But yeah, I mean, he's still going to do the same things, and then, but the thing that is going to be different is that the actor,
yes,
exactly, you know,
your experience and
the thing that is going to be there is that the actor's personal experience and his understanding of life is the one that is going to give it a different interpretation, a different DNA.
And you've had so much experience, so you're just fantastic at this.
I think I've become a master.
Is he the vainest actor you've ever worked with?
No. Very humble, consummate professional. Actually, it's very interesting that we never cast for the whale caller. It was always, Silo always had the role.
Wow.
It was never, we never put out a call for the whale caller. I just knew that it was always his part.
I cannot wait to see the whale caller.
Yeah. 13th of October.
Nice. Awesome.
You got to call me every single day and remind me.
27th of September is the premiere.
Oh, nice.
We invited you to that?
Of course you are.
Okay, good.
Are you inviting him as well?
And you're going to see me.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
And you guys have such a wonderful show. In fact, you are the only reason one should watch SABC.
To me.
Bring back Wednesday and Thursday. Who said that? Everybody in Sola Maseko and Silo Magakanu, thank you very much for being here tonight. As they mentioned, make sure you watch The Whale Caller as it opens up at all movie theaters on Friday the 13th of October 2017. Now listen, we're nice.
Yeah.
We love you. So we're going to give away tickets to the premiere on the 27th of September. So the first 10 viewers to answer the question, who is the director of The Whale Caller? Tweet us, #on3. 10 people win double tickets to the movie.
Which makes it 20 people.
Holla, 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 you know mathematics. All right, so use the hashtags, The Whale Caller and the #on3. Tomorrow we have another competition where we're giving away books. These books. Which books?
I'm living my life.
Hi, Nasipi, can you hear us?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm living my life.
Girl, the way you whine, I demand over you, girl. I demand over you, girl. Say you are my woman, my superwoman. I demand over you, girl. I demand over you, girl.
I was just looking at Cardi B's dress.
It's a beautiful dress, Cardi B and Nina are wearing. Welcome back to Trending SA on SABC3 with the hashtag #on3. We're just about ready to wrap up the show. Can you believe it? But don't despair. Every single thing you see here on your TV, on SABC3, is also on TrendingSA.tv. Now, every week we've been catching up with the contestants from the final cut who've gone home. And tonight, our gentleman caller, Lawrence, is going to tell us more about the final cut.
I see what you did.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Stop laughing like that.
Sorry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a grueling couple of weeks on the final cut. And tonight we get to reveal the guy and the girl who made the final cut. Very exciting. For the time, right now, ladies and gentlemen, the male winner of the final cut essay.
This is so suspenseful. Oh my gosh, I can't handle this.
By Lawrence Malika.
Okay.
The male winner is...
Yes.
Thabo Zikali. And the female winner is Nasipi Ndambeni. And we caught up with them.
Are those made up names then?
No, no, legit, real thing.
My name is Thabo Zikali. First and foremost, I'd like to send a big shout out to everyone who supported me throughout this entire journey, from my friends, my family, people in the production, people outside the production, and people who have been rooting for me from the day one. My experience on the show has been nothing short of amazing. I can't lie about it. You know, we learned how to work with different directors from different episodes, from different soapies. So that was really, really invaluable knowledge for me to grow into the industry. How I feel about the prize? I'm really humbled. I'm really humbled at the fact that I was in the top 14. I went through all these challenges going through into the top 14 and becoming a winner.
Darling, he didn't thank you.
They never thank me after all the work I put in. I mean, I groomed them.
Okay, we're running out of time. We have Nasipi, who's on the line as well. Nasipi, congratulations.
You're so gorgeous.
Mom.
Oh my gosh.
You are so beautiful. Please live with me or something.
You are live, Nasipi. I mean, I'm sure you're very, very talented, but look at you.
Where did they make you? Where's the factory?
There you go.
How are you feeling after your win?
I'm happy. I'm relieved. I'm just grateful.
Oh, nice one.
And where to next for you?
I'm from here, back to hustling. We've got like an event that we're organizing in East London. We all about now uplifting local artists.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Nasipi, we're very proud of you. Well done, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Pabi.
Oh, you see, she didn't thank you either.
Can we have
they like that.
another one made of you from the factory, delivered to Nina, and then shared by me?
I'm glad you were.
Hey, listen, that is all the time we have for tonight, folks. Catch us again tomorrow night for more on social media from 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, baby.
It was 9:30.
Yeah,
No, there was no thirst.
There was thirst.
It was admiration. Admiration is the game. Only on SABC3. Good night, everybody.
Ubaba gatutuzani